Welcome everybody back to another BOLDcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Kaiju number 8, a series that many people have been waiting for. I thought it was really popular. I'm not sure how popular it is necessarily. I know the manga was really popular. I know that because I read the first few chapters of the manga like 2 years ago. I don't know how many I read. I think it was most of the first volume, if not the whole first volume. I'm not totally sure. I don't think I'm spoiled on that much, but I'm spoiled on the premise and like the whole intro sequence of the show and stuff like that.
I don't know anything
Lindsay
about this
doesn't
show.
know shit, so we're gonna get into this. Again, I want to reiterate, because whenever I say like, oh, I read the manga for a while, like I said with Attack on Titan, everyone's like, oh, he knows everything that happens. I don't know everything that happens. I know like the first little bit. I don't even know how long we'll stick with this necessarily. It depends on the show. If the show's really good, we'll stick with it. As a side note, everybody's asked for solo leveling. Those videos will be up. The uncuts are on Patreon for the rest of solo leveling, but I need to get around to editing them. But let's see what's going on with this show. I'm decently excited. I hope it's a good show. I hope they do it justice. I don't know. I'll give my review, I guess, like at a later date. But it's kind of like One Punch Man and My Hero Academia mixed together. But you haven't seen My Hero Academia, so you don't know about that. But we'll see. Leave a like, subscribe. Let's get into Kaiju number 8. I actually don't know what studio this is. I don't know if it's Mappa or what, but I don't think it is. Maybe I'm wrong.
Unfortunate for those people. That thing's huge.
It's a kaiju. Traffic lights for the kaiju. Kaiju, I think, just means like giant monster. Ooh, the kaiju looks really good.
Is that gonna? Oh, they are just trying to get his attention. I was like, is that gonna do anything, or is that just gonna make it rampage around? Whoa.
She got the fucking she literally it's from Psycho-Pass, but it's a giant version.
Ew.
The Dominator. I love the soundtrack. Sounds like a Godzilla movie. I wonder if they took inspiration from like all the old kaiju movies and stuff like that.
I like the like design of whatever those like glasses things with like the long they're not straight like wires.
Wires,
or,
yeah.
That'd be such a terrible job.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a little Attack on Titan influence as well, obviously, because Attack on Titan's like a kaiju thing as well.
Ew.
This is way more detail than I remember them going in the manga of like what they do to clean shit up. So far, I'm impressed. Just like this intro sequence.
It's dungeon meshy. Imagine how nasty this would get after a few days out in the sun.
That's exactly what they're there to prevent. Ow. Lucky you didn't get your face. I love that detail. Make sure to file workers' comp. So true. Yeah, good luck with that.
So crazy. I feel like they should have better masks for that. Ew.
その隊員たちをまとめ上げているのが隊長の芦野美奈さん。7歳の若さにして隊長というだけでなく
Oh, 27 at the young age of 27. You gotta love an anime where the age of 27 is considered young to be in a like leadership position.
クールで凛とした雰囲気。
Childhood friend.
未来の師団長候補と目されています。今後も注目していき。
なんでこっち側にいるんだろう。
It's a perfect time for the NHK soundtrack right now. I wish they'd play it. It would be so perfect. He's in the exact same style of apartment.
あの復讐のせいだ。おお、来た来た。カフカ。こっち来い。カフカ、おはようっす。一緒に働くバイトの市川くん。防衛隊目指してんだってよ。
市川。
もう諦めちまって、すっかりここの子。
This guy used to have dreams like you. Now he's a failure.
なんで諦めちゃったんすか。
It's about exactly what I expected him to sound like.
俺なりに頑張ってはみたんだけどさ。いるというか、自分の才能の壁にぶち当たったらわかるように。わかんねえっす。俺は諦めないんで、まだわかんねえっす。わかりたくもないけど。おい？着替えてきます。カフカと気が？ずりーよ。そんなんどう答えたってか見せて。諦めんのってですか？
I don't know, you tell me, sir.
I wonder if they like how do they dispose of all of it, you know?
In Japan, they burn their trash, so maybe there's some with that.
I wonder if you can eat it.
I don't think... Not everything is dungeon meshy.
I mean, that's a huge, you know, if you could, that's a huge food source.
Yeah, it looks really appetizing. Electrolytes.
食えるもんだけでも腹に入れないと午後持たねえぞ。別に大丈夫。これもやる。あれもやるな。いや、わかんないけど。
It's so uncool.
No one can see if you have those in anyway.
What a positive attitude. At least it's not going to stink like shit for the rest of the week.
おかげで初日に乗り切れました。ありがとうございました。それだけっす。それから3歳未満に引き上げられますよ。防衛隊の募集、少子化の煽りだとか。別に他人の人生ですし、勝手ですけど、諦めた話してるとき、すげえ寂しそうな顔してたから。いや、マジでどうでもいいんで、俺の勘違いならってくれていいんすけど。じゃあ、石川、ありがとな。お前、思ってたより全然いいやつだな。だから、そんなんじゃないって。
Oh,
Fuck.
just gets eaten anyways. Oh my god! This guy's reflexes are on another level. Oh my god. That thing's freaky.
Yeah. they're gonna end it there.
壊れちまったな。ミナンチもうちも学校も。グラボンもうちょいで全クリだったのね。悲しむとこ、そこ。私はミーコが死んじゃったのが悲しい。ミーコってミーコのやつか。私防衛隊員になる。ガキンチョが何言ってんだよ。
For Miko.
小学生じゃん。
At least it didn't show Miko. I'd probably just lose it.
どっちがかっけえ隊員になるか。
Mm.
血を全滅させよう。
こんなはずだ。怪獣がなんだ。なんでこうなった。
隊員になるか勝負だ。
Badass.
バカなんだ。通報はしました。こういうことじゃねえ。
Oh my god.
先輩を置いて逃げ出すようじゃきっと俺は隊員になんてなれない。
目標撃破。怪我人がいる模様。引き続き救護に移る。
Whoa.
宝木、怪我人を頼む。他は私に続け。まだ余裕がいる
What
か
the heck's with that tiger?
I don't know. Is that tiger really there, or is that just? It looks like it is.
I was like, oh, maybe it's just like a metaphorical the
Yeah.
idea of a tiger, but it was just there. It was there, looking all badass.
Maybe it's been a long time. Like I said, it's been like 2 years, but I remember a fucking tiger. But I could be totally wrong. Maybe there was a tiger. I'm just dumb. It's probably good that I remember though. I love the tiger.
I do. I like the tiger.
Makes sense that she had a calico cat. Now she has a fucking tiger.
She's upgraded.
The character progression. She's so cool now, and you're such a failure.
俺は今日死んでました。すげえかっこよかったっす。
どっちがかっけえ隊員になるか勝負だ。
やっぱなるべきっすよ。防衛隊員。あ、先輩の勝手だし、俺はどうでもいいんすけど。だよな。いつまで見て見ないふりを俺。ありがとな、市川。お前、やっぱいいやつだわ。諦めることが悪いとは思わん。自分に嘘をつくことが良くないんだ。俺、もう一回防衛隊員目指。
What the fuck?
Oh my god!
傷が痛いんですか？先輩。
Oh my god.
That's a perfect way to end it. Ooh, we don't want to spoil ourselves in the OP. Oh, after credits. Production IG.
体重にあったらまず足を攻撃して上げて身動き取れなくしてだな。 少し怖いな。何が？自分の何倍もある怪獣と戦うのを想像した。
大丈夫だ。そん時はいつだって俺が隣にいる。
嘘つき。
Another one.
はい。
Literal
横
tiger.
浜南病院で怪獣発生。はい。すぐに隊員を出動し殺処理します。
Sick. What'd you think of the
Oh my
episode?
God. That was so funny at the end. That was so funny. I really am liking this so far. I feel like it's I don't know. It has obviously a lot of inspirations from other things, and is very similar to like many different other things. But I feel like the way that it's presented makes it feel very fresh with him, you know, starting off as like the cleanup guy. But he's actually really good at his job and has kind of like settled into it and is extremely competent. And he's like given up and he's like disappointed about it, but also, you know, kind of
Just kind of
putting a
settled for
positive
his
spin
lot in
on
life.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing is like it's kind of relatable. You could imagine, like, you know,
Yeah.
you know, when you're a kid, you always think it's gonna be so crazy, and then just, you know, it's that power fantasy aspect of, you know, you had these big dreams as a kid, and now you're just working a regular job, and it seems like not what you should be doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it's also not that terrible, you know.
I mean, it's just normal life,
yeah.
you know, like. So I think that happens to a lot of people where, you know, you just kind of settle. So then that makes sense for a manga character to be in that similar position and then to get this crazy ability.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is also funny because then it's like, because then you see him in action and he's like kicking this kid out of the way and he's got like crazy reflexes and you're like, oh damn, like maybe, and then it's like, oh they like raised up the age limit, and then you're like, then it tricks you. It's like, oh well, maybe he's just you know, he's so good under pressure and you know, maybe if he tries again then he can do it now that he has the encouragement from this kid and stuff. And like he doesn't even need this end crazy power.
Yeah.
Like, if the story is already going in that direction, it's not just like he doesn't come out of this in this hospital scene being like, oh, I'm still a failure and I'm never gonna be good enough. He's like getting pumped up. I can't. I'm not just gonna settle.
Next thing is they're
I'm
gonna
gonna I'm gonna go and I'm gonna try out. And he's getting filled with motivation to try again. And it's like maybe he could do it this time. And then this just happened. And then I love how they like look at each other and they're like, ah, and then they're like, oh no, that guy's phoning you in. We gotta get out of here. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so
The
great.
timing of that scene particularly was so funny. I love that.
I love because it's kind of like, yeah, I mentioned the One Punch Man and the My Hero Academia, and those are those like very clear. But I also forgot about like the Parasite influence there. I also forgot about, which you haven't seen, but I told you plenty about it. Parasite influence and a little bit of Full Metal Alchemist now with the two guys. One dude is like now inhuman, the other guy is like, you know, not, but they have a very like, they seem to be getting a very like Saitama Genos kind of relationship here. And more, I forgot about the Attack on Titan kind of influence as well. You got Mina Ashiro, who's kind of like Mikasa a little bit.
Yeah.
Or like a
Levi
Levi slash Mikasa character, and they have like a very Attack on Titan backstory as they were kids. They see their whole home destroyed, and then they say they're gonna just kill all the kaiju. But it's played not quite as serious.
Yeah.
Because that's not the kind of story this is, but
yeah.
You could see, like, I remember reading this and I was like, I think I told you, I was like, it seems like a good enough, it's a good enough story and everything, and it's probably going to be really popular, but like I in manga form, it just felt extremely derivative. It felt not derivative, like it just felt like it was written. It seems like the kind of thing that somebody did a case study on. What's like
That's all the popular
the popular manga that have come out in the last like 10-15 years. Like what can I let's just take all those, mash them together, and then make this series. And it seems deliberate. Like it doesn't like, that's why I kind of backpedaled from derivative, because derivative I think implies a sort of accidental inspiration. You kind of just are inspired by all these things and then just do something that doesn't have its own identity. But this seems to be crafting its own identity deliberately out of all of these, all of like the most popular series of the last like 15-20 years. And you know, so, and I will say it feels less egregious in an anime form. It feels way more like it has its own kind of feel to it when you add the sound and the motion and the voice actors and stuff and the music. Like it feels a lot more like personal, and it feels a lot more unique than it did in manga form. I remember in manga form there were many points where like checkpoint like things where I'm just like, this is very similar to these 5 things in a way that's not, it can't be an accident. But I don't think I don't think it'll be as big of a deal to me in anime form. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm really excited for it.
I really like the vibe of it. I also do really like what you were saying about how, it's kind of has the, you know, this tragic backstory that's obviously still tragic, but you know, his game got ruined and her cat died, and obviously it's really terrible that her cat died and all their stuff got destroyed. But it's less intense and dramatic, and you know, it's still really, really bad, but it's not on that
cataclysm.
Yeah, it's not, you know, they didn't watch their parents get eaten in front of them, or
it's not like the world changed after that day, you know. Their lives did.
It's like it was bad, but it wasn't. It doesn't need to be the worst possible thing actually ever that killed every single person that they've ever known for it to still be really devastating and still, you know, inspire them to move forward. And I guess I just like that. It's just a little bit different, and it's nice.
Yeah, it's similar to what you mentioned about the job aspect, like the whole settling thing, settling for like your lot in life, and there's kind of a thing there, because it's you see that in a lot. You see that even Attack on Titan's a great example too, and One Punch Man. I think One Punch Man, that's maybe one thing where it might be very similar to One Punch Man, where because it's Japan, there's disaster fiction is like a big deal in everything. In a lot of anime, you see it's why does everything start out with just a big disaster where cities get destroyed and stuff like that? It's because Japan is a place where cities, you know, whether it's a bomb or it's a hurricane or a tsunami or an earthquake and a reactor meltdown, like they're victim to a bunch of powers beyond their control that just like shatter everything that they knew, and as a culture they just kind of have had to deal with that for, you know, hundreds and hundreds of years. So it, you know, that's why you see that a lot, and the way that it's presented here kind of is fitting with the way that, you know, just the same way that they deal with the kaiju attacking these big disasters is the same way that the main character kind of deals with living a normal life and just kind of dealing with it. You just kind of pick up the pieces afterwards and like saw up the body and then ship it off and move on and wait for the next one. And that's your job, and you work overtime, and you know, it's kind of sucks, but at least the shittiest, stinkiest part of the job is over. That type of mentality. And then again, going back to that power fantasy, it's this sort of idea that What if there was a way to change it? What if I did have the power to, like, what if I could find it within myself to not accept this? What if these natural disasters, which like destroyed my home and killed my cat and, you know, ruined my life as a kid, what if there's some way I could grow up and I could try to stop that? And that's in this, like, in this public service role. You know, it makes sense kind of culturally with that. And it's not, again, that's not necessarily unique to the show, but the way that the show is portraying that as just a part of life and a part, not this, you know, Attack on Titan presents the exact same thing, but in there it's, you know, this disaster it's obviously deeper than that once it gets to the regular story, but as far as an initial incident, it's like this big thing that just shatters everything and everything is fucked and it's played differently. But in this, because of just the sort of theme of the story, it's set up pretty early on what kind of a story it is. You get a kind of an idea for how it's going to be. And yeah, I'll say I liked watching the first episode way more than I liked reading the source material. So I think that's going to be a good trend going forward for me personally.
I'm excited.
You liked it more than you thought?
I really I didn't know what it was gonna be literally at all, and I thought, I don't know, I just love that it started out this way, because I was anticipating, just based off of the like the art on Crunchyroll, kind of just like an Attack on Titan knockoff.
Yeah.
You know, we were gonna have whatever, these like 5 guys that were gonna, you know, be badass kind of in like an 86 kind of way, introduction kind of way, and I was like, I mean, it could be cool, but it could also, like, I don't know what's gonna hook me about it, and I feel like the first episode of this did so many different things that I feel very invested in the story, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah. Well, leave a like and subscribe. We'll see you guys next week for episode 2 of Kaiju number 8. See you next one. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye.